I am commencing the recording.
Yeah.
Alright. So, it's been a couple weeks. Who remembers enough from last session to give us a recap?
I can do the recap.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, go fast.
Okay. So after succeeding the first tournament in first tournament challenge, our team had a little bit of time to relax and get some rest. While Cap and Beck were literally sniffing around and collecting relics, Pew was recovering in the medical tent after getting wrapped into a wall by Talon, alongside with other injured contestants and Kamen. Akogi and Bojo were helping. They were helping treat other patients within their capacity, but Bojo's capacity was limited to just being a shelf, which made him frustrated a little bit, and he was sitting in the corner. Meanwhile, Beck's travel to the tree roots was fruitful, and he received a bunch of cool items. I believe it was Visor, Gauntlet, and what else?
Those were at the end. So he got a relic bowl and a water filtration device.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else? Before meeting together, before meeting at the tavern to participate in the pie eating contest, invited by Puru's lady friend, Pew decided to make some plushes for Scale, and even though it wasn't as good as expected, she determined to make Scale a little bit happy. So her next goal is to ask Zara for help. So, pie competition. The main event. Pie competition for heroes was as expected. People were eating pies and falling asleep for eating too hard. But Beck found himself a new rival, a guy from the red team that was cheating apparently. But Beck was smart and fast, so he was victorious in this battle. But Beck wanted more blood. So it was a result So Beck wanted more blood, and that resulted in team versus team brawl outside of tavern. Beck got himself a new toy, a cup tasted blood, and Akogi protected Oblivious Beck from first offense. And now the team is ready for new battles.
Very good. Protected him from
Good, and not to mention Beck won that.
Let me see here. Trying to give him inspiration, but I'm lagging.
It's true. And Beck won that eating competition by stealing other contestants' plates and shoving them in his face before they could take him back.
It took 2 inspirations, but he did it.
Yeah.
Very good. And then we had some downtime plans before the next big tournament round, which is dodgeball. So you have a couple of days before that happens. Let's see. I know. Let's see. Pyu wanted to do some more attempted crafting. Beck wanted to do some crafting. Some people wanted to spend some time with Scale. Okay. Cool. Alright, so who wants to go first? Let's see.
We will bound on over to Akogi. Akogi?
Yes.
Akogi.
What's up, Yu?
I've been working really hard on a lot of things, and I was wondering if you could help me find Zara.
Sure.
Oh, also, I've been working through a lot, and so I got you some new buttons.
Thank you.
Woohoo.
She'll pocket the buttons and look around. Where to find Zara? It's such a big town. Let's go this way first.
Okay. Mhm. Lost
Yes.
mates.
As you travel
Aw,
through the
you're
town,
supposed to be so
Mhm.
cute.
Mm-hmm. But it didn't come out very round. I usually just make ribbons and a bunch of other handicraft things, but the fluffing doesn't work out super. And she just talks all
Mhm.
along as you are looking.
as you guys travel towards the...
Akogi offers ideas on. Hold on.
Sorry. Did...
You.
Oh no, I was just gonna say Akogi offers ideas on how to make things fluffier, like felting and how you kind of like brush yarn back and it blooms, you know.
Ooh.
And it's kind of like messing up your hair if you want to get it like all puffy like it was in the 80s. You kind of brush backwards against it's very bad for your hair, but you know, it kind of unthreads the yarn and it makes it floofy.
Dude, out
don't
of
wanna do it
character,
too
I
much.
love that hairstyle, but Pew
Right?
watches up at you with the rapt eyes. It's like, oh, you're so smart. Let me grab brush as she dashes into their tent.
Peeking into the tent,
Rejoins.
is Zara there?
You will eventually find...
Well, isn't this where we are?
This is
Okay.
this is the building where most of the more recent refugees have been. Akogi will know that Zara is in the area, and you guys do eventually run into her. I don't have a token for her, but yeah, as she is a expert in the kind of craft that you're looking to do, she'll give you some pointers. She'll give you some extra tools, and you can roll another crafting roll at advantage.
Yay! Because, we did keep a pocket of fluff, so let's go. Yes!
Finally.
Nice.
Yes, with some tutoring and some extra tools, you managed to make exactly what you were trying to make. It was a Flossmite plushie, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Just a small ball of fluff, basically. Felted, fluffy, with little button eyes, little peripelps. Just a small bug plushie. Mm-hmm.
As a reminder.
And so... And she'll do little victory bounding laps around Zara. As it's finally
This is
complete.
what she's trying to make, so... Hooray! Success.
Ah, yes!
Nice. It's very cute.
It's very good. It's good for the merch, as
Oh,
it were.
The merch.
Time to expand.
Mm-hmm. As they're off crafting plushies.
And let's see. Darn, I have not been picking up enough random.
Alright.
Yeah. And so over the course of the work, you know, it takes a while, and so P will go and nab some more of the cakes, bring them back to Zara, and with that, we'll leave on good terms off to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see what else the party is up to.
Okay. Let's see over here. Let's see. Kiba is going to probably go home. That doesn't work on that screen. Trying to get used to the dual screen thing. Testing some stuff out here. This guy goes home. It's just y'all. What do you guys do?
Cup is currently rummaging through her fur, as you can see her pulling out all different sorts of objects, including the little triangle, some sticks, some colorful rocks that she had tied on string that she tied onto her fur. And you can see her sitting down and organizing all of it. As she looks up to Beck and holds the triangle object she was found in the vents in the beginning. This little token up to him. What is?
So is this happening right after we just beat the heck out of that other guy? Like, is this just right after that scenario?
This is like within
like
the
they
day.
scamper off, and you just like he's looking at stuff, looking very disappointed, very sad, and Cup just wanders up, rummaging through it for and holds up this little item.
Yeah.
Do I recognize whatever this thing is?
Outright, it seems to be a piece of plastic. But as Cup holds it up to you, you will notice that there is writing on it. Cup has noticed this the whole time. There is writing on this little plastic triangle. It's clear. It's got a hole on one of the corners. And it says, Lady Furukiki, 12th of 4th, Mosai. That is a name and a date.
Okay. Do you want me to? Should I roll history? Do I know what this is?
You can roll a history check on that. That's pretty good.
Oh, he's big brain in it.
Alright. Okay, so
Oh
Beck,
no.
due to your location in the city, due to where your am I cutting out? Or is it just Essie?
No, you're good.
Am I good? Okay. So, due to your position in the city,
I hear you.
due to your understanding of a little bit of the politics here, despite not really being involved, you have seen one of these before. And in fact, this is about as much as you know about it. The nobles, the lords of Rubrandi, the guys that hang out with Raz, have a bunch of these. And they make bets with each other, and they trade them like coins. That's what
I'm
you got?
going to relay that to Cup, but say maybe just hold on to it for now since it's not currency or bartering in the way the nobles have them, but I'm not entirely sure why they trade them with each other for bets currently. But that's about all I know.
Cup will nod as she turns away and sits back down and starts to tuck all of her objects back in. But there's one object you don't see come out of her fur. Do you know about her stick?
He
Her
doesn't.
special.
He doesn't
Okay.
know about the
Okay.
stick. And I don't want him to know about the stick.
Okay, so she doesn't pull that
Thank
out.
goodness.
But you can see her tying all these rocks and stuff deep into her fur as she tucks a string through the hole and tucks it back in her fur
His
as well.
face just gets progressively more and more concerned as you're just tucking more stuff back into your fur.
Yeah, and you can see her put her plush fur back over everything, and what all the objects she had on the ground almost seamlessly disappeared into her. Seamlessly, like that they were never there. And she gets up and skitters away. Somewhere off. She's snoffing.
Okay. That's great.
That's great.
Should I be worried?
Emptied her toy box
She's
on the
going
floor,
up on her own. Should I be
picked it
worried?
all up and left. Paori is standing next to Puru, absolutely overjoyed.
Way back, my dad is calling me. Hang on, I have
to answer
this. I'm so sorry.
Well,
It's all good.
I was gonna say the last thing I left off when I typed it in is Baru sitting in a windowsill with Paori.
Yeah.
You know,
Just holding the little
the-
box
Yeah.
of parts. very excited.
Yeah. All the fun's over. Would you like to go home? Or
Yes.
would you like to go get into some other fun?
Yes. And she like picks up the box full of parts
Bam.
and leads you by the hand back to the house.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna blink. It'll let me do it. There we go.
Ah!
Gone. For now.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back.
You're good. Alright. So, let's see. Dudu and Akogi are off crafting. Cup has wandered off with a toy box.
Where did
Puru and Paroi just went
They went to
where
have
did
a
Zara
romp.
go?
They went off to their house
Just-
to have fun and
Ew.
Common
Alright.
things, alright?
other fun.
Alright. Right. Cup's going to go find something to do. What can Cup go do in these parts?
What would Cup like to do in these parts? The world is your oyster.
What can I do? I'm asking you as a DM, what can Cup go do?
DM. Well, I mean, really, anything you want. You've got a couple of days before the next part of the tournament, so you can spend your time gathering things that you think would help, finding other teams. What would you find very Cuppish to do in that time?
Oh, fantastic. Cup is gonna go back into the tunnels to search for more objects for Beck.
Okay. Alright. So Cup is off climbing through tunnels. Let me see. I gotta make my notes here. Crafting. Tunnels.
And if you want, we don't have to make it a whole scene,
Yeah.
but you can just do rolls.
That sounds
And then
good to me.
sometimes switching maps is hard.
Yeah, we're doing some rolls here. We did crafting, so that was good and successful. If you want to make me an investigation roll.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Hang on.
Let's go.
Okay. That's Okay. So not
Bam.
great, but not fruitless. As you're making your way
Yay.
through tunnels and things, you don't really find any very good sneaky ways in to anywhere in particular. In fact, a lot of the tunnels have been somewhat reinforced. I guess some people heard about potentially people breaking in through air ducts. Super weird. They don't want creatures falling into their homes. Something about a one of the big flying squirrels from outside, like falling through air ducts and things. And Gidon, crazy stories. Very strange. But a lot of these
Cup is
entrances-
baffled. She's like, oh my gosh, who did that?
But anyway, a lot
You
of these
don't
are
see-
kind
in
of
this town?
reinforced. What was that, Fuzz?
It's okay. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, though a lot of these are reinforced, you
Continue
do,
to joke.
going through some of them, wind up overhearing a conversation, just bits and pieces of a conversation, as a couple of people go through a room in one of the houses that you pass by. Now, this house is going to be near the top, where a lot of the more senior people who live in Rubrandi, people who've been here for a while, the old families and such. And in one of the houses, you do hear bits and pieces of a conversation, something about rigging one of the games. As you peek
Ooh.
through one of this this particular area, make me a perception check.
Ooh.
You'll catch a bit of the scolding as this couple of individuals are talking quite seriously. One of them is pretty angry, and the other one is also angry, but definitely seems to be begging. Like he's definitely in a position of he messed up, you know. But one of them, maybe both of them. It's kind of hard to see since the vent is a lot thinner on this one. The slots in it are thinner, harder to see through, but you definitely see the color red. Distinct, clear as day. But they're arguing about something, and one of them asks the other in a gruff voice, which you would recognize as the one belonging to the leader, probably, of the red team. Instruct the other one to make up for his mistake and make sure that those guys don't win their next round.
You're gonna...
Slams
Cup's
the
gonna
door
kind
in
of...
your face.
Her big ol' eyes are gonna, like, blink blonk, like, kind of like a frog. And... she's gonna kind of slowly creep down and slowly start going back the way she came. And then when she manages to get out into the open, she's gonna kind of like try to do like this whistling sound, but it doesn't work because she doesn't have lips, so it just seems like dry heaving. And she quickly makes her way back to the group as she runs up to Bojo and Beck, chittering frantically.
Oh Lord.
And she
Lord.
beckons Bojo
Oh
over.
Moon. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Moon.
Come here.
Did you eat something bad? What is happening?
No, bend down.
Jojo, what's going on?
Bend down.
What is
Right, the cup has sing.
Okay. He's gonna kneel.
Cup has seen and heard someone about the rumors of cheating.
Okay.
And the people in the red are thinking about rigging the game.
No. Those guys?
Guys,
Oh.
they're thinking about rigging the game and they seemed mad.
That is not good.
Cup did not mean to eavesdrop, but the tea is good.
We need to
Well,
do something, but we don't want to break another rules by breaking their faces, you know.
Well, we don't necessarily, us as Gidon, have much influence.
I
And she'll
mean-
look over to Beck.
well, and he kind of like gestures with his hands. He's like, I can't take this up to the houses or the clan leaders because, you know, from a Gidon, you know how they're going to look at you, right?
Up will nod sadly.
I don't believe in that, and I am all for playing a fair game, but I do not know if they would believe it or if it would cause us trouble. Did you have any information on what they were planning to tamper with?
Cup shakes her head and no.
The next game is Common Ball. Maybe we should do the only thing I think that they could potentially tamper with is the cannons. Or ultimately, like, make themselves some kind of gear for it. We could watch and see if they make their move there, but maybe Peru might know more about this kind of thing.
Up will
Yeah.
look around. Where is Peru?
I saw him walk off with his lady, but how many hours after would it be that he walked off with his lady?
Oh, it's been a little while.
Hours.
Yeah. Because
You're giving Peru some grace.
Cup's been climbing around in the vents, you know. Little do we know, she's been making him assemble things from the box this whole time, you know. Oh, but
She's making a bomb.
yes.
Let's
Yeah.
get the team together and team. I hate that word. Let's get them together and figure out what to do next.
Ah, yes.
Where
we
would
should
you
get the
like-
team.
Where would you like
Together.
to get together?
What?
At least
Where would you like to get together?
The common
Your house.
ball. Here. My house? No, not my house.
Why?
I don't want you in my house. Not you, but the others. You know, the ones that broke into my house the last
Broken.
time.
I broke into your house the last time.
Okay. Well. Okay. Well, yeah. But it's not important. What is important is the
Nice.
other dude who should have known better broke into my house. Okay, we're not doing this right. Let's just go meet at the common ball area. You guys are supposed to be training anyway. I have stuff to do, but we need to discuss this first and foremost.
Couple look up to Beck quite sad. Am I stinky?
No, why would you assume that? I did not say anything about your scent.
Because you don't want me in your house.
No, I just if we have the team meeting in my house, that means everyone's in my house, and those are the people. There's certain people I do not want in my house, namely a small common who likes to dig their nose into everything, and another who will steal my items as I am working on them. So we will go meet at the common ball area, okay?
Can I come in your house later?
Maybe, okay? Maybe. I don't like visitors. There's a reason for that.
Ooh. Couple gives some happy little chirps and start making her way over to the common ball area. You can see her, she starts to run on all fours, but then she kind of pauses and stands up and starts to waddle on her back feet, trying to be more civilized.
You're just taking off to the stage.
Cup, go
Yeah.
find Puru!
Cup nods and goes off to find Peru.
Changes direction immediately.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Mojo, I'm not sure. Can you find the other two?
Koki and Puya.
Meanwhile, as
Okay.
Mojo goes off to look for them, Pew and Akogi, where are you guys at? Are you going to deliver your plushie? Was the plan? Where are you going? Essie, you
Well,
there?
if we had a couple of hours in between, yeah, I'm talking.
I hear you now.
Can you not hear me?
I hear you. You just took a while to respond.
Hello?
Hello.
Well, I was waiting to see if Evie wanted to say something first. But no, I would have gone after helping with the plushie making. I went on to see Scale and go on a walk or have a meditation session or whatever was needed
Okay.
in the hours that it would have taken everyone else to wander about town and do shenanigans.
All right. Let me load up a thing then. Do-do-do.
I guess I'll be like following them
Okay.
after that.
Very good. And I'll have Bojo here as well. My goodness, there's so many of you, and it weirdly
And-
stacked them.
In between that, could I have just been looking at the new tech for those hours?
The what tech?
The new tech I've gained,
Yes.
because I'm gonna start breaking it down into components to understand it. Okay.
Yes. Alright. Loading the map. Let me know
Sick.
when you have loaded in.
When Sad returned to tech will never
Never
disappoint
let
you.
down.
Okie dokie. You
Okay,
loaded?
I'm in.
Yep. Revi, are you there? Might be muted. Hello? Hang on, I think maybe my Discord is lagging out. Are you guys there? Hello? Oh no, what's happened?
What's happened?
Oh, hey, you guys can hear me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking this whole time.
Oh no!
No.
It's okay. I couldn't hear Kogi or Pew, so let's
That's absolutely tragic.
it's fine. They walked up. I'm sure somebody told me the map loaded. I saw them moving around and making rolls, so okay. Rivi, what was the roll for?
I feel like his internet is
I think
dying.
it-
Yeah, I
Hello?
can't hear him. I hear him in the other side of the house. I hear him talking,
Oh no!
but I don't hear him over Discord.
Can you hear me now?
Well, yes, but it cuts out. Like you'll speak for a couple sentences, and then Discord will stop, and you will keep talking at the other end of the house.
Oh no, that's nuts. Okay.
Try again. Be closer to the mic. I don't know.
I'm trying to do the thing. I'm not sure what's making that happen. Does it still work right now?
Oh, see, it happened.
Dang it. You guys are roboting too. Let me try this again.
Again.
I
Okay.
think
just
it might
cut out
be
in the middle
trying
of
to
the
do a
word.
little too much with the internet, maybe.
It might be.
If there are any tabs or such that you can close.
It might be that I'm trying to do too much. Crazy internet. Okay. Trying to host the Foundry and do the viewer mode is probably heavy. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to close out of that one. I'm just gonna use the DM screen and hey, you know, everybody gets to see the background of the DM. Hooray! Okay,
Yay!
but you guys can hear me now just fine, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
For the moment, yeah.
Moment it is.
Right.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
So that being the case, I'm gonna have to change my window capture a little bit here. There we go. Okay. Cool. Good. Okay, so, you walked up to scale. I didn't get any of that as you guys walked in, so.
We didn't say anything.
Oh, you guys
Well,
just walked.
I think I did,
Oh,
but
did you?
I think I did, but I might have been
I think you were muted.
double muted or whatnot. So I stepped into the tent and greeted the doctors, hello doctors, and then bounded on the four legs, hopped over, and is looking over scale to sort of see how he's doing today.
Mm-hmm. He's over here making his usual rounds. The doctors are less busy today. In fact, these people are gone. They're all patched up. This dude is still recovering, but Scale he seems. It's really hard to tell how he seems, especially with that insight check. He's every once in a while he just kind of stares in a direction, and it seems to take him a while before he realizes that you have walked up to him. And if he makes eye contact, it's only for a moment.
I'll go over to the crate. I'll slowly creep a hand over to.
He will react as you get close enough. And he'll just kind of like jump
Scale.
a little bit.
It's Puyu. I'm back.
Hi.
Hello, hello. How are you feeling today?
He seems calmer than he has been, which is not to say a lot because he's not a lot calmer, but he's calmer than he has been. He's not as jumpy. He's a little jumpy, but it doesn't really form like words. He mumbles.
Hey. Puyu will look to a Kogi. Try to convey like, well, it's not as bad as it could be. It's not as bad as it's been sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Just with the pantomimes, I suppose.
Akogi will motion her forward to give him, whatever she wants to, like conversation or the little plushy present, and then Akogi will wait for her turn.
Puyu will nod and will get her plushie. Scale, and we'll shake him a little bit more this time, or like hand on to get his attention as much as she can. I made something for you.
Oh.
Here.
And
We'll
he'll take it. And
fill it into the hands.
He'll just kind of hold it, and then he'll stare at its beady little eyes and squish it.
Mm-hmm.
And he will smile slightly.
Mm-hmm. Happy tail eggs, and we will leave it to Akogi now, since she also wants to go on the walk and everything.
Akogi will stand kind of next to Scale and will look at him and say, "Hello, Scale. Do you remember me?"
He'll kind of look up from the plushie to you for like half a second and nod. Make me a charisma saving throw for me, please.
Oh
A
god.
charisma saving?
Woo!
Let me see if I can find where to do that. Because my HUD is missing. There we go.
Hey, that's pretty good. You
It is.
feel just the slightest wave. It's a wave, but it's subtle as you don't let it quite affect you, but there is a wave of voices that come from his mind. Like he's pushing them onto you for half a second before he realizes and stops.
Akogi will ask, "Would you like to speak today? We could talk if you want."
Just kind of hug the fluffy bug doll. And then he'll hop off the box. Where'd it go?
Oh, well, we could go anywhere you want. Is there something for the games that you want to see?
He kind of shakes his head.
Is there, some place that's become your favorite place to visit now that you've been in town for a while?
He's very slow to respond and takes a little while, before he just kind of very subtly waves his hand around the room.
Yes, this is a good place. Would you like to meet some of the bigger plate shells? Large bugs, not just little flossmite bugs?
He'll think about it. And then he'll nod.
Okay. Yu seems excited too. As I notice her tail just vibrating with intensity.
Bouncing off the walls.
Oh, and the cat eyes.
She is trying to behave.
Okay. Let's go see if one of my friends would be willing to introduce to his plate shell. And she will kind of motion forward, like, follow me. And we'll go out and try and find Parfait and Nibbles. Because out of all the plate shells, I think Nibbles would be, well behaved.
Fair enough. Okay.
And she keeps it together until they're out of the medical tent. But once they're out of the medical tent, Puyu gets the zoomies and is going.
Let me set a scene over here then.
And before we go out, I will whisper to Akogi that we are gathering at Gammon Bowl Arena to discuss our future plans.
Okay, well, I promised Scale a walk and a conversation today. I'll be there later. Thank you.
Okay, I'll be waiting you there.
Okay.
Thank you, Bojo.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Alright. And let me see here. Back to the ground floor. Let me know when you guys are loaded.
I'm in.
I'm loaded.
Alright. Boss is going over there. Bojo's gone. Hey, as you guys walk up through town, Akogi will lead you to a friend that she made recently. And his big, massive plate shell. As you walk up, you can see that Parfait is surrounded by various people coming by. They're buying bits and fabrics and all kinds of crazy things, and also children buying toys and strange little...
I thought you were saying, and they're also buying children.
No.
I almost spit out my drink.
There are children.
Oh
They are
my
purchasing things. The toys and stuff. He's not selling
Oh, no.
children.
And there's a misplaced modifier or something.
I'll learn how to
That's
speak.
quite good.
Sorry.
I'll learn how to speak. I promise.
Okay. Okay, I need to shut up. I'm so sorry.
You're good. You're fine. You're fine.
I mean, how else are you gonna feed the plate shells? You have to-
Oh my god.
Let's see here. As you walk up, you will see this character. As he seems to be very energetically explaining all of the details of a small Terran figure. It appears to be a small Terran doll, judging by the shape of its legs and everything, but it is wearing all black, and it has some kind of cape and a mask and a glowing red sword. And he's telling them all about it very excitedly, something Terran lore and all kinds of stories, and he's very excitedly telling them. You will notice also that he is covered from head to toe in very non-common looking gear. He's got these very Terran designed visors. He's got the coat that he wears has a very strange pattern. Common usually wear things with circles and triangles and little designs. His coat is covered in little folded pockets, which is also very strange for common, but it's also covered in a kind of square covered design. It's digital camo is what it is. He's wearing a very Terran style outfit. He also wears lots of jewelry, but none of it is the kind of jewelry you'd expect from a common. He has this strange little silver bracelet with a little face on it, with little arms that go in circles. It's pretty crazy stuff. It's very, very techy, very mechanical. But he's over here explaining and having just the time of his life, explaining to these kids about this little black figure. Very excited.
Akogi will turn to Puyu and Scale and say, please wait here. He's kind of loud and energetic, and I'll go ask him if we can spend some time with Nibbles alone, away from the crowd, so you don't feel too, claustrophobic, okay? And she'll approach and wait her turn for his diatribe on Terran artifacts to be finished.
As he sees you walking up, he does not lose steam from his diatribe about human lore, and he's telling these kids, and he sees you and says, Akogi, nice of you to join us. How would you like to hear about this? And he just, continues to speak about all kinds of nonsense. There is no end. It just keeps going.
Akogi nods patiently, for, 5 to 10 minutes.
Yep. As you spend 5 to 10 minutes of him explaining about this one character that apparently has some terribly dark backstory and used to be a good guy and is now a bad guy, but in the end he becomes a good guy anyway. Spoiler warning, Then he starts picking up little tiny spaceships and all kinds of things, and he starts telling these kids, and he kind of sits down and kind of expects that he make an insight check real quick. There, Akogi.
Okay. Well.
He is absolutely convinced that all of these children and yourself are completely entranced by this story and love it as much as he does.
Akogi will clear her throat. Puffy, I hate to interrupt, but do you think that I could ask a favor of you, please?
Of course. What? 1 second. As he'll turn to the kids and he'll hand them one of the figures and says, "Here, you be careful with this, but keep going." And then he'll come back over here and say, and with a very deep, way over the top, super duper emphasized bow, he'll say, "My lady, how can I help you?"
Well, I have a couple of friends with me today from the medical tent, and they're very interested in bugs. I wondered if I could introduce them to Nibbles, because I know she's pretty calm and she doesn't have a lot of work to do. She mostly hangs out here with you. Do you have any treats? Do you think it would be okay if we fed her a snack and pet her?
You want to introduce them to Nibbles?
Yes.
Suppose she could use the attention. She's been mostly hanging out here all day.
Do you brush her scales or anything?
Don't know. She might like that. You're welcome to try. She's actually very friendly.
Yes, I know. That's why I came to you.
He'll come and he'll get a bucket of wood slugs and bring them to you. So she likes to eat these. Don't give her too many. I don't want her getting fat, if you know what I mean. He'll hold a hand up to his face.
Akogi will just nod.
But yes, you can probably have her for a little while, but bring her back soon. I think I'm making a trip soon, probably out into the wastes, so...
Oh, we won't be more than...
Don't get lost.
We won't be more than an hour, don't worry.
Very good.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And be sure to bring your friends by later. I'm giving a speech about the marvelous lore about the War in the Stars. It's one of the Terran's best kind of stories, and he'll come over here and pick up a book and start sitting with a bunch of kids to tell them all about it.
Akogi will show the bucket of slugs to Nibbles and try and coax her out a little bit over here so that, she can visit with Scale and Puyu.
Oh yeah. You have a big bug. Very big.
She's
Okay.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Oh,
isn't she cute?
hello.
So here's her treats, and she'll hand the bucket to Puyu and say, if you want to brush her or pet her, or I'm not really sure what sort of care plate shells need, but like giving them a bath or cleaning their little pinchers, I'm not really sure. But,
Well, I mean, you can ask them.
Anybody got animal handling?
I have +2. Let's see.
There we go.
Oh no!
Okay.
We're too excited.
Okay, dokie. Well, with your animal friendship and your thought speaking there, Puyu, you have definitely convinced this critter that you are a friend. But otherwise, neither of you know how to care for it, besides feeding it lots of treats. Of course, that's the way to an animal's heart.
Yeah.
And as you guys are spending the day feeding Nibbles, the plate shell, and riding her around and walking her around, and you guys go all over the town on this gigantic bug. She's all covered in packs. She's kind of different from the ones that are usually seen going up and down the tree. Pafe has definitely decorated her in lots of ways that make her very distinct. She has ribbons hanging from her shell and lots of little pockets and things for packs, lots of bags here and there. She seems to carry a lot of things. She's definitely his pack animal for his shop. But as you guys travel around town with her, she is nothing if not nice, and she is more than eager to eat as many wood slugs as you give her. As you guys are traveling around with her, Scale does seem to calm down a bit and enjoy her presence, and he kind of seems to loosen up a little bit, to the point that he starts to talk in simple ways, small sentences, occasional words, but he doesn't seem near as panicky as he used to.
Kogi will nudge Puyu and give her a smile and a wink, like, we're doing a good job.
Yeah.
As oh, go ahead.
Did you have more thoughts on the trees? I told you that we're in a nice one now, and we have all the little friends here.
Friends.
Mm-hmm.
And the demon. The demon is
What do you
here.
mean?
He's red. He's fast, he's strong. And he's red.
The king?
Make a
The one with the swords?
yeah, make a charisma saving throw there, do you?
Yeah.
What kind of thought speaker are you again? A speaker?
Think it was feeling. I'm not
I think you're
100%.
all speakers except for Beck. Yeah. We had a listener in the last game, but in this game I think they're all speakers and one blocker.
Yeah. Charisma.
Mm-hmm.
How do I do save or... Oh, there it is.
Pretty good. As you start inquiring more questions about the king, there's a moment of a red flash in your mind that is definitely coming from him. It's all red, and then there's a face for half a second, but it's not really a face. It's more of it's the face of a monster that just flashes for half a second in your mind.
Piryu puffs up like a Miyazaki character for a moment. Yeah, I'm glad you understand.
The ripple, yes.
But with that, we're, you know, come and sit closer, and he's not like that. He's here to protect the tree, and so we can stay inside of it.
His breath is a little faster, but he does eventually calm down out of it. He does not seem to want to listen to that.
I'm sorry. Would you,
Red is a bad color. There's other red.
Another red?
Another red. He has thoughts. He wants something. Something he thinks was his.
That sounds like trouble. We can help.
I don't know who it is. I hear it.
Oh, you listen.
And speak.
Oh,
I think. He'll be kind of silent for a good little while. Give me an insight check. Both of you is fine. Alright. But Kogi, you get the impression that he seems very confused about thought speaking and how it works and why he has it and how he uses it. You guys have both gotten brief flashes from him, which means that he's got to be a speaker. But if he's talking about listening, then he would have two different types of thought speaking, which is pretty darn rare. It really, really is. He doesn't seem sure that he knows this, or that he's aware that he has both of them, or had both of them to begin with. Who knows? But it is really rare, and it is very strange.
that's really special. I'm sure it must be hard. I know it must be scary with, how you got hurt and everything, but you can do better.
He'll kind of be silent about it, and then start looking off in the direction of the medical tent.
Yeah. Let's get something to eat and let's head on back.
As you guys head back, I'll put Nibbles back over here. Eventually, yeah, everybody else is meeting over at the... Where were you guys meeting?
The common ball.
Common ball time. Let's
tournament
go.
Field. We're practicing on the field.
That's right. Okay, let me...
You're coming to my wall.
That's right. We gotta go to his wall. Okay, hang on. Hang tight. I gotta grab, you guys, put you here. In the meantime, let's see here. Alright, let me know when you've loaded.
I've loaded.
I mean,
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh,
yeah.
Peru!
So, Peru is at his house with Paori. They have definitely spent time doing activities,
Nefarious thing.
Yes.
nefarious things.
Yes, the various
Exorcist.
getting up to some troubles, yes.
Yes. What are you up to now?
Well, after building the miniature, what was it? It was a
This is a Kyriakodon.
Kokid?
Yes.
Kyriakidon, and other thing. I guess with the tournament coming up, he doesn't have much time to really slouch about. And it would take him a while to go down to the tunnels to go to the door. I guess he would just theoretically in his head start to just plan out how to actually yoink a sword until the party. I assume the party is about to inevitably come up to me, but out of character. Well, in character, he's just devising in his head how he would do the plan
Alright.
if he were to attempt to take the sword.
So here's what we're gonna do. I need you to make me a, and this is all part of the planning, right?
Yeah.
I need you to make me a stealth roll. I need you to make me an investigation roll.
Oh, I'm good at these.
Okay. I need you to make me a acrobatics check. And I need you to make me a what was it? I had another one.
Stealth, investigations, acrobatics.
Where did I put my note on this? I had it noted. Okay. I will run with these three for now.
Was it sleight of hand?
Okay. Let's see here. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll help, but I assume an 8 for investigation is considered a fail. Oh, well, I don't have proficiency in that. Never mind. I
Yeah,
can't
it
use
is.
psychic.
It is. Also, give me a range of 30
A range of 30.
on a scale of 1 to 100.
— 40 to 70. I'm just gonna aim for like the middle.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so as you spend your time, and Pyori occasionally looks over your shoulder, but are you trying to keep it from her, or are you open to sharing?
I think he's open to sharing. I think on occasion he's done like little small projects of thinking of like how to. This isn't the first time he's probably like done math and such of like how to break into things and such.
Uh-huh.
But it's more so he hasn't necessarily acted on any of these, at least with Peori around. It's more so he just does it for fun.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is a weakness, maybe tell somebody,
Pyori will kind of look over your shoulder as you're planning out this heist map. And you've got little drawings here and there of swords and the king and the palace and the layout, because you've been through it and you know what it looks like. She'll kind of peek over your shoulder and raise an eyebrow. Huru,
Yes.
this one's theoretical, right? Like your other plans, going behind the so mysterious door. down in the roots, and taking blueprints from that weird little merchant down there with his bug. This is just theoretical, right? You're not going to do what I think you're going to do, are you?
I mean, it's I don't know. Like you said, this is theoretical. I mean, this is. I mean, I like to do this for fun, just trying to figure it out. It's like a puzzle,
Make me.
And
that,
if I do find something, maybe I could actually warn them, like, hey, you have this bit of security issue you might want to fix.
Make me that deception check there, brother. Because I'm pretty sure you've been very decisive in your actual intent to try this, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
14.
She nods and kind of chalks it up. You can kind of tell that she just kind of chalks it up to one of your usual what if type situations. Surely you're just planning this kind of thing for, if the worst should happen, if something crazy would happen. Yes, of course. And she just kind of lets it lie. But you have come up with a plan that, I'd say, as it stands right now, based on the kinds of details you have of the palace, how it's populated, the layout, the scheduling and stuff that you don't really know, but as it stands right now, you would say that, potentially, you have something like a, 30% chance of success if you tried to do it by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like a plan. And as you get done writing up this masterful 30% chance of success plan, the rest of the party arrives at your door.
Cup will run up to the door and start tapping it with both of her claws as gently as she can, but she's definitely leaving little holes in it.
Gouge, 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 gouge.
Tap 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 tap.
You don't know how much it actually annoys me. My nephew does that all the time. I tell them you only need to knock once, and then they just,
Yeah, that's literally Cup right now.
Scratch the door.
Stop scratching my door.
It's open.
Cup will her quills will perk up as she gives like a hiss. What do you mean I'm not scratching your door? I'm tapping it.
Paori will poke out from the tuft of hair on top of Buru's head, like she's been on his back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ew.
Why have there two?
Ooh.
Why are there two?
What do you mean why are there two?
I've multiplied Paori. Oh no. It's okay.
Well, we can only see one.
I see.
so-
We're in
Okay.
we're in Peru's dream realm right now.
Yes, I'll just hide that over there behind this stuff. But yes.
Ew.
Puru appears to have been concentrating very hard on something.
Yes, everybody's.
Yeah, we are going to train for Cannonball.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess it's about time for that. Peru will look up. Bayori, would you like to come watch?
Sure. I'm always up
No,
for
it's-
watching you do things. Wink.
Just hear big sigh in the back.
Sigh.
Give me a few moments. I am not properly dressed for such an occasion. Shut door.
Cup will go back to tapping it.
He will immediately open
What?
the door.
I think
Please
I'm
stop
just gonna go
tapping
talk
my
to
door.
Father about this. Oh my goodness.
Cup will nod.
Like, I don't know, a minute, he'll come back out, having Peori on his shoulders.
Alright, let me see. I think I may have prepped a lot of the dodgeball scene with a lot of people that don't need to be visible yet if you guys are heading that direction. Actually, I'm gonna say,
Oh,
yeah. You guys go there and you spend some time practicing and everything, but I'm gonna say,
that's not what we needed to be there for. What do you mean? That's
oh, where are you going?
That's not why I got the team together. Oh my god!
We needed to be there 'cause
Everyone
Cup has his
forgets
thing.
their. Oh
Yeah.
my god!
All right, team. Let's talk about what's going on. What's the
You
plan?
just see Beck in the background when everyone's chattering about, oh, we've got to train, we've got to do, and Beck's just like back there, just like stomping around, just pacing. Like I swear to the moons, this is a disaster.
Kogi, hearing that he's swearing to the moons, will go over to Beck. Do you need help with a prayer?
No, that's
Well, but you were invoking the moons.
in a non. And he gestures to Akogi, like full body gestures, and not that way.
Okay. Well, is there something I can help you with then?
No.
Are you sure? You seem stressed. Is it because you don't want to play dodgeball with us? Common ball.
It's common ball!
Bring that up. If you bring that up one more time when I've already told you multiple occasions that is not the I don't want to play. I don't want to play. You know this already.
Yes.
I don't want to be here.
Yes, and I know that you're still going to play with us because
You're playing
that's how
back.
teams work. But are you worried about crafting? Is it going too slowly? I can help. I was pretty good help during the scavenger hunt.
No, someone is going to rig the game.
Oh, well, no one told me that. They said we were meeting
That's
up.
what I was meeting for, but everyone just wants to play dodgeball.
All right, calm down. And Akogi will clap her hands. Everyone, team meeting.
Cup will skitter over.
Ugh. Should just talk to my grandpa about this. This is
So, Beck has reminded me, I suppose, that we found, and Akogi will lower her voice in case there are other teams practicing, some sort of evidence about cheating.
Yeah, Cap was apparently she heard some chattering about this. So
I was kind of looking around. I was trying to find stuff for Beck, but I didn't mean to eavesdrop. Really?
Mm.
But I heard some talking about rigging, and I know it was possibly from she'll whisper, the red team. Because
the rude ones.
The red.
Because I saw them. I saw the colors. And I think it was the leader. He seemed quite angry.
I do know one of them was pretty mad at our friend, Peta, about him being owed something.
Well, if they are going to cheat, Akogi catches the look and nods. What do you think we should look for?
I'm assuming the major thing that could be rigged is Peta just chilling there?
Oh, you notice it. Oh, he'll
Is
notice
why he's
you
walking
noticing him. Ah, how
I
diligent.
just looked and I'm like, where?
Already preparing for the next round, I see.
Where did you come from?
Oh, I was just... I saw you guys coming up this way, and I figured I would follow and see what you were up to. I see you were preparing already for the next round, yes?
I believe him.
Yeah, something like that.
Good.
Well,
He'll wave.
Looking around everyone. Well, you seem to have had a discussion with someone on the red team recently. Was there any issue?
You noticed that, did you?
You're kind of shouting. Well, the one was kind of shouting.
Yes, he raised his voice quite a lot. He is just an upset young man and needs to learn how the world works.
Well, we're currently thinking they're going to try something to rig the game.
What makes you think that?
Gestures to Cup.
Cup will
He'll
take
tilt
a
his head.
big breath. This is the third time she's repeated.
Tell the story again.
So I was wandering around because Beck wanted something, and I was trying to find something for him, and it didn't work out, but then I heard talking, and then I went over here. I promise I wasn't eavesdropping, I was just curious, and I like tea. Anyway, but as I was sitting there, I was hearing people talk about possibly breaking the game. And then I saw the red people, and then the little guy was arguing, and he seemed really upset. And then everything else was just really sad, and I don't know what to do, so I went over to Beck, and I told Beck, and then we grabbed everyone else, and here we are.
He'll come over here and he will put a hand very gently on your head.
She's out of breath.
It's okay.
I'm assuming he's upset from the other night as well.
Well, if we're speaking of the same person, well, he's probably upset about a great many things, but I don't know that it's anything we can do anything about. His family. He's of the Eglio clan. If you are familiar with the Eglio clan, they're one of Razafirev's nobles. Is Eglio Erubrandi. You might be familiar with him. Their family are primarily Ro, though many of them are now half-breeds. They have intermingled with the populace of Rubrandi so thoroughly, very few of them show full Ro characteristics anymore, but they are still somewhat tied to certain points out in the wastes. One of them being, he seems to think he has some kind of claim on my home. Through family lines, things that people have not kept track of for a while. Raz, the king, he seems to want people to keep track of family lines and actually know where they came from. It has something to do with his plan of organizing and keeping the kingdom more sensible, I suppose. But in any case, it has come to this particular individual's attention that maybe the home, the tree that my family has been attempting to grow for a few generations on their own belongs to him. I disagree. It's mine. He'll shrug.
Oh, that's why you're convincing Beck to play the games, and why he should play Common Ball with us.
What? How does that... Huh?
No, completely unrelated. That's my business. Beck is helping because he believes that Common can be more than they have been. He'll kind of glance over at Beck.
Beck looks very unhappy by that.
Well,
am I wrong?
He crosses his arms and turns away from him. He's grumpy now.
well, slightly back on the topic. If people are genuinely worried that this other tribe team, I should say, might attempt to rig the game, as it were, I mean, I can think of a few things. One, based off what happened in the pie eating contest, they might try to develop some sort of thing that can counteract the force of the common bowls. Although I doubt they will be able to achieve something in a short time.
So, well, if you think of it this way, Peru, what we designed for ourselves isn't considered cheating because some people are wearing hacking power armor.
Yes.
And rigging the game, I'm assuming they're attempting to change the game itself and cause problems.
But let me finish. Another thing is possibly messing with the cannons themselves, changing it, as they typically just auto-create common balls to shoot. It's possible they might try to rig them to create, I don't know, alternative common balls that don't have as much force, or something. Or I'm
Or
just
they
coming up with
can-
ideas.
Or they can target only us. And not
That's
them.
probably more likely than anything. But if the common cannons don't go for the nearest target, it is quite obvious they have been rigged.
Well,
Didn't you say they were messing with the pies? So wouldn't they mess with the common balls the same way?
Well, they wouldn't. The dude, he was technically absorbing it in a smaller pack system and then remaking it without the sleep additive that usually comes with the pies, so he was eating them fine. I don't know if they would be able to do that with a moving object, of course. And everyone would see it if it was. But, well.
Oh.
What if they
sorry.
can change common ball properties, so whenever they throw them, it might be much heavier than it could be.
Yes, but it'll be quite... If it happens too much over the length of the field, it'll become quite obvious that something is wrong with the common balls.
But the pie eating contest wasn't called. He wasn't ever disqualified. And
But, well, it also wasn't really an official contest, as it were, compared to the others.
was
well,
it a noticeable thing?
No, he was very secretive about this. Unless you knew what you were looking at, you wouldn't be able to tell what he was doing.
Very strange. Beck, tell me, you had voiced, the idea that maybe you would, come up with, some kind of thing that you could do that would give us an edge, perhaps.
I was considering developing a shield system that negates the pulse of the common balls that they output to be knocked back. The weaves that we have already cause a reflective lighting, so it's hard for the cannons to spot us anyway, but not impossible.
Interesting. Well, I have news. I have come. Not just. Don't think I'm an old man sneaking around. That's not why I came. I did come with actual news. You should know that you will be in the comic ball portion of the tournament. You will be facing the what was their name? Let me remember so that I am not saying the wrong name. Yes, the Efir clan. So, if you're worried about going against the red team, as you keep calling them, no fear. They are not your opponents for this game.
you don't
Please.
suppose that they'll get that changed at the last moment, or some such?
Well, if they did, then I don't think we could do anything about it. But I don't think that would happen. Now, you seem to think that they are going to try and rig the game. Did they say against whom in specific, or?
Well, nod her head a no. Well, I'm not trying. But she'll kind of like chirp a little bit. I'm not trying to.
About the rivalry.
I have to imagine.
We'll
that-
just have to do our best.
Yes, we'll do our best. That's all we can do, you know. And I will try and resolve my own personal issue outside of the games. This is not something you have to concern yourself with. I appreciate all of you taking your time and the effort to put into these games. I think that they really will go a long way towards promoting the spirit of unity that Rebrandi is trying to pursue. I think you have all been a very good example so far of what it's meant to be. Even down in the root tunnels, from the reviews and the couple of scouts that were apparently running down there, they were recording things. It was very interesting to hear their side of the events. But I hear you had a bit of a scrap with one of the other teams, and yet came out of it most of you generally unharmed, and most of them generally unharmed. You seemed to resolve it very quickly. I like to see that. That's good. It means that you acted with honor. Well done.
Well, of course, that's the polite thing to do.
Violence isn't honorable, looks at Okogi.
Violence can absolutely be honorable sometimes. It He'll lock eyes with Beck.
Kogi will also look up at Beck.
Beck just
Thinking,
looks sour about it.
"Oh."
Beck looks very sour about it, arms crossed.
Don't be soft, boy. It's
Common
totally
ball.
normal.
Common ball. Let's practice. Let's play.
If all common resort to his violence, what are we left with?
Fun times and strongness.
What?
Whee!
Except you, like, what?
We.
The silence is palpable. Wee. But anyway, as you guys proceed, most of the party is up here and training and practicing. Beck, you came up here to do what? You weren't going to hop on the field, I imagine.
No. He came to inform them of what to plan for and saw that didn't really go anywhere like he thought would happen. So he's probably gonna go back home.
Okay.
No, you're coming to train, Beck. Come on.
I'm not training. Do not touch me.
Everybody touches Beck. The crowding.
Beck, if you don't come train, I'm going to steal those shoes of yours.
He just looks at you like, what?
Cup will kind
Good,
of look up at Beck as she sits down. Beck, can you please come train with us? Or at least watch?
Why do you need me to watch you train? I have to make us items.
Just
No,
so
come
you know
train.
how we operate?
In chaos? I see in chaos all the
So
time.
you know... No.
You can be our strategist.
So you know how... Yeah. And she'll, point over to Bojo. So you know how we operate, so your systems will do proper.
That's not... I need to make sure the systems work. That is what is intended. They will have no false... they won't not function if you use them. I have to make sure that even any gestures to Puyu over there, even Puyu can use the item without difficulty. Okay? Alright? Which means I need time to make them.
Cup gives
What do you mean
a
by that?
Cup gives a kind of a frown and a low grumbled chitter.
Beck puts his hands on his hips like a disappointed parent.
Cup mimics this. Fine. I suppose, and she'll try to mimic Beck's walk,
You suppose?
and she'll walk away. She's definitely mimicking your walk though.
The big walk.
Big walk.
Big walk. Yeah, she's taking
Right.
extra big steps.
doing that Mulan strut.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Well, as the rest of the party spends their time training and practicing and using the new outfits that Beck has made, They definitely do seem to give a little bit of an edge as you get basically advantage in dodging. The cannons seem to lock generally on your area, but they, instead of the very specific lock-on that they usually have, they kind of wobble a little bit, like they can't quite tell exactly where you are, and they fire anyway. So it makes it, the suits do make it a little bit easier to dodge these cannons. But as you guys are up here practicing,
Thanks.
Beck and Akogi, are you guys going somewhere?
Akogi will chase Beck down. Wait, Beck. Are you sure you don't need any help crafting this week? You seem awfully stressed about the next competition.
I assure you, I'll be fine, Akogi. I just would like some space away from everyone.
Can I help you feel less stressed and more calm?
He just looks at Akogi and then looks at the team that's currently playing Common Ball. I don't think so. Like, once this whole thing is over, I'll be fine.
This whole thing is going to last a little while, you know.
There's no time like crunch time, as they say, to get things done.
Well, don't be a stranger. I helped last week. Let me know if you're running behind, and I will help you craft or knit or, you know, whatever you need. Gathering supplies.
Making little like, I like to imagine on their eyeballs those are the expressions they make. Like the tech of the eyes just changes to the little expressions. But actually, wouldn't be a bad idea for gathering resources.
All right. Well, give me a list. Do you know how to? You're not a speaker, but do you know how to send little messages through pack devices?
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Winemaker? Okay. I didn't know
I-
if it was like me as a player did not know, but Beck would absolutely know.
Akogi in lore knows something about that.
But it is also possible as a writer. Yes, it's happened in comics before, but
It's something most common don't know how to do.
But it's true. Akogi in lore actually does know about it because she uses it.
For one thing.
Yep.
You gotta hit the
Oh
button
my-
to do one thing.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Beck seems absolutely excited that you just you know when you're talking to someone and they're talking about their favorite thing, that's the look you get from Beck.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so she holds out her pack and she says, I don't know how it works or why it works. I just know it works. And she will open up what appears to be a little symbol with writing on it, you know?
Mhm.
And she'll click on that with her claw, and a bunch of notes will pop up, and she holds the pack out for him to see and says, see this symbol? If you click on it, it makes a blank space, and then you speak and it will write what you say, and then when you're done you click on this other symbol and somehow it goes to someone else's pack. And then they click on the symbol and they can read what you said and then speak back to it and then send it back. And it goes back and forth.
Beck,
Very handy.
As she's showing you this, make me a perception check real quick.
It's gonna be so bad.
Yeah, she is very good at giving these instructions. That's it.
Where did you learn this?
Well, that's an interesting story.
Who have you told about this?
No one. My mate from a different town, the father of my kits. He was rather savvy, like you are, with old technologies, you know, and he wanted a way to keep in touch while I was out traveling. Since I'm a row, I probably won't ever be back to see him or the children. And so we write to each other instead, and I get to see my kits grow up, and he gets to tell me of his adventures.
What's his name?
Raj?
You see him typing something in his notes. Thank you.
Either way, this thing up here, and she points to a name, is, I guess, how you tell the pack is mine, so you make sure that the message gets to the right place. I think your pack probably has its own name, but I don't know.
Would he have changed it on his thing? Waymaker?
As you look at the part that would have, where she has her name recorded, on yours, it seems to be a series of numbers, followed by a couple of letters that may be initials, but you're not sure whose.
This is interesting.
Because most packs that people have currently are not manufactured. Most aren't manufactured. You have a couple of little ones that are, but your main one was definitely handed down to you by somebody. Or found.
This opens up a lot of things. That is... Thank you, Akogi. Actually, that helped a great deal.
See? I knew I could help. You're welcome. I'm going to go practice. You have a good time crafting, and we'll see you back here for game time, okay?
Yes. Good luck.
Alright. You too. And she'll turn and go back to the team.
As you guys split up, Koki goes back and practices with the team, and everybody be playing ball and just having a good time over here. Beck goes home to do his experiments and his science, and then unless somebody has anything else going on, we're going to time skip.
I am tempted to talk with the grandfather about things, but I don't want to stop you guys from playing common ball because.
Nah, do it.
If you need to talk to him, we can talk to him.
Yeah.
Would anyone else want to come? Because I'm guessing if Beck mentioned that he was going up there to talk, Peru would want to, or Cup would want to. If you guys want to follow him, I won't stop you.
Yeah, I might be full.
You would honestly invite Peru up to the palace to go talk to your grandfather?
Right.
It's not an invitation. It's not.
I am so touched by that invitation.
You know
It's
not an invitation. He's not inviting you.
So you go
I'm
to the
so
palace?
touched.
Oh, part of Puru's plan to steal the swords was literally staking out Beck's house and waiting to see when he would go up to talk to the king.
My god.
is focused onto doing training for
I feel like
common ball.
I've got to train for common ball. I am
Mojo came
110% with Cup.
It reminded me of that Avatar The Last Airbender moment where it's everyone got a cool journey with Zuko. I want my turn.
Yeah, right.
Let's go hang out.
Alright, so if we're going to the throne room, I need a show of hands. Who is going?
Well, okay, where does Beck actually want to talk to his grandfather?
I'm pretty sure his father would be in the throne room. I'm pretty sure the grandfather. The best way to find him is by Raz's side, but also just at the advisor's place. So.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you
I'm
can send
not
a
going
message
there.
to him, probably.
If it would be outside, would Bojo come? Because I don't know where
Yeah, you guys can go
Waymaker
wherever.
can find him.
Okay, I thought you were going to your house, but if it's from room, then no.
Would the grandfather show up if Beck invited him to the house to talk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That works for me.
So Bojo's going?
Yeah, Bojo, get over here.
Alright. Let me set the scene real quick. need you guys. Don't need you. Let's see, I do need you. I need Shrimp, but I'm gonna probably have Shrimp go on a charging station or something.
No worries.
We need
Shrimp needs their beauty sleep too.
We need a Bojo. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring Bojo in here. And we'll just go from he has joined you at the house. As you guys are here and waiting for him to show up, he eventually does show up and knocks on the door.
Meg will open the door and let him in. Bojo would probably be sitting by the fire. Beck is usually a proper host, giving you drinks and snacks if you want.
Yeah, but I don't see anything.
Oh, you don't see anything? Hang on.
Yeah, beside the light.
I gotta give you vision. My bad. I thought I did this for everybody, but apparently not.
That's because they're not supposed to see. Just kidding.
He can see what he can see. Okay. But as you let Bajeo in and close the door... Oops, that's false. I'll just put him in the fire.
No! Fire.
Burn him! Okay. Bajeo will enter. You wanted to see me?
Yes, actually. Some questions regarding relics and then some regarding the tournament itself, if you have time.
I have some time. So he'll make his way over to the fire. And he will glance for a second at Bojo.
Bojo bows. Greetings.
Hello? He's... Let me see. He is not sure if you are the same Gidon that was in here the first time or not.
No. Does he make it look like he's concerned?
He does not look like overly concerned because the last Gidon that was in here, which obviously is this same one, was a little chaotic, but didn't actually like break anything. I see you've made a friend. He'll kind of motion over to him.
Friend is a loose term, but yes, acquaintance, teammate, comrade.
So Pita managed to get you to get along after all. That's good to see. I hear you your group won the first challenge.
Yes, thankfully. Very close to not making it to the end, but Peru can apparently run very fast, very quickly.
The blue hair, the big one.
Yes. The one that constantly talks about stealing my boots.
The one that broke in through your ceiling. Yes, I remember.
Yes. Now I know why he can run, apparently, so fast and so far. And he's gonna start pulling out the artifacts and items and setting them down for Bajeo to look at, and the plaque with the name on it.
He'll look over them and be rather pensive. Where did you get these? Did you get these down in the root tunnels, down in the old city?
We did. This was all that was left in the room, of course, all that we could find of significance.
Very interesting. So he'll kind of look over the plaque, and you put out the device as well?
Yeah. The filtration.
He'll look over it, and he's like, Yes, Tezgin was a crafty old man. He came up with a great deal of interesting devices. You remind me of him, somewhat. I haven't heard from him in 15 years.
Do you think... He doesn't finish the sentence. Considering what happened at that time.
Hard to say. He'll be thoughtful. He'll kind of look up at you. You were probably not old enough at the time to remember or know Tezgin, but did you know that he was actually the one who developed the chiral blades?
Did not know that.
Yes, he was very crafty. Always ahead of everyone else. He'd find solutions to things that most people didn't think needed resolved. The common, they move slowly when it comes to change. Very few of us are like Tezgin, or like you, who see ways that things could be better, and then simply make them so. But I'm sure you had questions. I'm sorry. Forgive an old man for rambling.
You just see him hand on his chest, like, just... like, that's the nicest thing I've ever heard. But he reins it in. He's just like, oh my god, like, starstruck for a moment before kind of shaking his head and realizing, yes, questions, of course. Actually, there was some concern regarding one of the teams to the tournament, and I wanted your approval if it was okay for me to make tech based on the games. Since I don't really want to resort to violence outright, I want to make sure my devices would not be falling into the same category of people finding ways to rig or cheat.
He'll frown. What do you have in mind?
I'm thinking of a way. Currently, we have a weave that doesn't negate fully the targeting systems of the cannons, but it ultimately refracts light, making it a harder target to hit. I am currently developing a way to negate the pulse of the common ball and also absorb later down the line and create an EMP from that if necessary.
How do... Beck, how do you see this being of use outside of sports?
Mostly in consideration to keeping common alive. When they're harder to spot, they're harder to catch. In the way of EMP tech, I think you understand the uses that it could have.
I understand that there are dangerous applications for any technology in the wrong hands. And if you flash these about, lots of people are going to be seeing this, especially the next, what is it, some ball game, throwing balls at each other? I don't get it, it's a strange game, but there are going to be lots of people there, you understand? It's not going to be like the tunnels, where word of mouth is really the only explanation of the game that most people get. There's seating for this one, so you have to understand there are going to be lots of people watching this game. Are you prepared to have lots of people see what you make? And the potential outcome of them seeing the application of your inventions.
I was actually going to ask your advice on that, if it would be good or bad.
He'll think for a bit, and frown, and close his one good eye. He'll kind of stroke his chin a little bit, and twiddle his finger through his little thought speaker braid. He'll kind of look over at Bojo, sitting quietly by the fire. I think before I speak my thoughts, he'll kind of motion over to Bojo. What do you think?
I think as long as it doesn't break the rules of the game, it should be okay.
Short-sighted, but understandable. Here are my thoughts. I think that any technology you use that will be observed by a wide variety of people has the potential of being used by people who will use it for bad outcomes. Personal outcomes, sometimes undesirable outcomes. It may be an innocent way of making the game easier, or potentially even with your own ideas of grandeur and its actual application in bettering common and society as a whole in the future. But can what you make be used to harm? Can what you make be used to harm society? Something we're working very hard to build back up. I think so. I think if the wrong person were to see something that they saw as a weapon, a means to control or destroy the safety and peace that we have managed to accumulate in Rubrandi, it might be reason for concern.
He kind of leans leans his hand on his leg and kind of like thinks for a moment about that, because in a way of like almost accepting the advice, but not sure what to do with that advice. If we don't win, that ultimately leaves a team that is potentially cheating to win and ask for anything they want.
By cheating, what do you suppose they're doing?
I've considered, when they stated rigging the game to be in their favor in some way by changing the playing field, not themselves. Not adapting skills or any abilities or tech that could help them survive, but changing the game fundamentally itself to give them the advantage.
An interesting outlook. When you've lived to be as old as I am, and I'm not particularly old. What am I now? 67 cycles? Not long. But in any case, you'll come to realize that sometimes. No, not sometimes. All the time. Many people will approach life with an anything goes perspective. And everyone will try and justify that what they're doing is not wrong because they have the right way of doing it. They're not changing the game in a way that negatively affects someone. They are changing it in a way that positively affects a specific group. But I've not come here to give you a lesson in morality, grandson. You wanted me to look over some artifacts. I think you should do what you're going to do. But remember, and he'll have a very pensive look on his face. Make me an insight check, both of you.
Oh no!
I'm good at these.
Hey, both of you are so good. Alright.
Yeah.
As he looks very pensive, just before he says this, you can tell in his eye that there's a steep level of regret, and that when he says this, he knows what he's talking about. But he'll say, remember, Beck, whatever you do, whatever you decide to do, choices that you make, you'll have to live with them. And when the world changes around you, because of what you've done, you will always remember and be constantly reminded that you did this. And he'll stand. I believe it's time for me to go. I have a few matters to attend to, and I know that you and your friends, companions, teammates, yes, you probably have much practicing to do. And he'll kind of look at you and your nerd body. Yes, much practicing indeed. Think about what I've said, Beck.
He just sees him nod. Beck does not turn to fully acknowledge Bajeo leaving, but he just nods from where he's seated and looking at the fire.
And Bajeo will leave.
Beck, can I talk to you for a moment?
Of course, Bojo. What do you need?
I don't want to be bothersome, but I know you're very good at engineering and crafting, so I want to ask you a favor, if I can.
Of course.
You see, my hands are quite robust, I would say. So I can't do gentle things and do more craftable things as I want to. So I want to ask if you possibly can make gauntlets or like maybe gloves for me so I could use for more gentle things.
You see, Beck stands up when you ask, and before he gives you a bow, a very almost regal bow, like when you'd had seen him give to Bajeo before. I would be honored to assist you in that, Bojo.
Bojo chirps a little bit as Gideon in
Yes, chirp.
being happy, but calms himself down and bows. Says thank you.
I think I have just the thing as well. I'll start on it right away.
All right.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I will do.
So we've got some Beck crafting here. We got some Beck crafting time. We're gonna try and make some gloves. I imagine you're using the Thunder Gauntlet that you got from
Yeah.
Dude.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna need you to make me 3 Arcana rolls. Okay. Alrighty. Oof. Okay. Actually. Alright. Okay, so this first crafting, you're trying to craft gloves for Bojo out of the gauntlets. You managed to craft pretty well a set of gauntlets that can be used by Bojo. They have three. They have 2 fingers, right? They can be easily controlled by his claws, but they also have a small, delicate thumb, so they can actually grab things and manipulate objects. They're actual functional glove hands. They seem to they react to the tendons in his wrist when he flexes his claws. They activate the little hands. They stand off from his actual hands and claws by a few inches, so it's not like they're at his actual fingers that manipulate things, but when he flexes, they open and close. They're a lot better at manipulating things than his actual claws. However, because you had to reroute a lot of the way the power system in these gloves work, they do not do the general function of Thunder Gauntlets. They don't do the added damage or anything, but these are hands that he can use to manipulate his environment much more easily. Bojo, with these gloves, you have unlocked tool use. You could swing weapons. You can pick up complicated devices. You can press buttons. Yay!
Yay!
Oh, power unleashed!
Power unleashed, a monkey with a gun. Yes. Oh yeah,
Yay.
you can also shoot guns if you ever wanted to shoot a gun. Oh.
Nice.
Yes. As that is, you had also, Beck, mentioned that you would want to investigate if you could make more visors, like the one the dude had.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. So with the materials that you would have at home, plus the ones that you've recovered, plus the ones taken from the guy, make me one more Arcana skill check. Okay. Wow. Goodness, that's good. Very good. Okay. I'm gonna roll a d6, and depending on how many show up, that's how many of these visors you can pull off with that roll. So there's a potential that the whole party might have these. Let's see. That's 5 sets. You have 5 visors that, if I recall, give a +1 to ranged weapons. And also, they let you see through walls no thicker than 2 foot.
I do want to ask, can I disable the X-ray vision on a couple of them? Like, lock it behind, like, say he's got, like, a safety lock on it, like a parent, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you
He
do that.
can undo that at any point, but he has them locked for now, specifically. And they are also just known as, you know, his property, so he's going to effectively be like, I'll need these back later. I don't need you guys taking these home with you.
Okay.
Wait, do we only have 5 people? How many people?
We have 6.
But we have one extra, so he made 5 extra, right? From the one?
Yeah. Well, the one was harvested to make the 5. So you have 5 total.
Look.
Yeah.
Okay.
You basically broke it down and reverse engineered it for its blueprint.
Nice!
And then a set of hands.
Gameplay wise, how can it like affect me and my rolls?
The hands?
Yeah.
They do not affect your rolls for attacks and stuff, but they allow you to manipulate tools and use weapons and that kind of thing. So it really hasn't adjusted anything to do with the way you punch things.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more stuff as a Gidon that you can do now that you couldn't do before.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah. And I might add, with these gloves, base, you can do them better than Cup can with her finger on a stick. Cup can use her finger on a stick really well because she's a rogue, but she's still a little bit limited compared to the fact that you have actual hands.
So I can do sleight of hand,
Yeah,
but like with tools.
exactly.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, actually, you know what? They give you a +2 to sleight of hand. I'll say that. Let me put that because that makes sense.
Okay.
Yo!
+1 per finger. Let's go.
I'll be the magician next session.
Beck finally feels like he's done something right. Oh my god.
Let me put that in your inventory if I can open your inventory. Here we go. Doo-doo-doo.
As Bojo gets this close, he holds them tight and like bows furiously to Beck, thanking him.
Beck just seems really happy that they've worked. He's just happy that it's worked for Bojo and makes Bojo's life a little bit easier.
Thank you so much.
Mhm. Let me see here. Duration none. It does a ability check, and it gives you. Was it? Oh, no, never mind. I'm just gonna put it in the description. Just have to remember.
Yeah, I'm gonna adjust rolls if they happen.
Yeah. Cool.
Woo!
There it is. Gotta edit the name there.
Bojo put the fear of the moons in the back. Oh my god.
That's what you get for talking to old guys. They're full of wisdom and stuff, you know? Cool.
Scary wisdom.
Alright. So, as you spend some time crafting some things, you put a lock on the X-ray vision on these visors, but they do make the ability to throw things a little bit better as they lock on targets. Bojo's got his cool hands, and so after some time of tinkering and days spent on this, testing the hands out on Bojo, having him grab things and throw things and catch things and type things on a screen and operate a pack. Bojo can operate a pack now. Whoa! You guys eventually develop a set of hands that are really good for him, and they work and they fit and they're comfortable. Unfortunately, they do not hit anything with lightning or thunder damage, but they're super useful otherwise. Cool.
Yeah. My regular clothes are effective at battle, but I need more for casual lifestyle.
Yeah. Okay. And as the time passes, is anybody else doing anything that they have in mind before the game?
I'm all good.
I am ready.
Ready. Already.
We hold the game for next session.
We can. I'm just gonna set the scene and make sure that we're all
We have a little bit of
here.
time to get hyped.
Yeah, I was only offering because I'm like, maybe we should wait till next session for that.
You guys can admire Bojo's new hands for a little bit. Let's go.
Yeah.
Tell me that he's a good Gidon.
As you
I'm gonna
guys,
steal your shoes.
rolled.
as you all come into the stadium, everybody loaded?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you all come into the stadium, you will see Bojo and Beck arrive just slightly later than everyone else. You guys are the first ones up here. Paori is very excited, gives Puru a little kiss, and then makes her way back into the stands. Because she is not a competitor,
Aww.
but she will be up here rooting for you very excitedly.
Must win.
Oh, hey! Hey, it's good to see you, Beck. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yay! Let's go. Do you want front position or back?
I'll stay at the back.
She chuckles, knowing that's closer to the cannon's targeting system.
Because he'd rather deal with the cannons than actually engage in combat with other common. So he's fine with that.
Yeah, Borjo hides his gloves so they won't get destroyed during the battle.
He is gonna hand out the visors, though.
Yeah.
Ooh, we'll put it on. Staring around at things.
Why do I, when I put it on and I look at one of the can and it says it's over 9,000? What is this?
They should add to your ability to accurately throw the ball at an enemy or any other far item, so you see fit. I will need these back at the end because there's still some tinkering left to be done, but for now, they should provide you some use.
Oh, this is a range finder. Here, let me press this. Oh, that's even higher.
It
That's
makes a
not
little
right.
square lock on Beck's face.
Actually, now it's lower.
Oh my god.
Locking on. But as you guys make your way into the stadium and are passing out your doodads and gadgets and finding your way on the field, you will notice that the stands are full of people. So I got to make them not invisible. Whoops. Invisible again. As there are lots and lots of people in the stands, you will see all the way around that a whole crowd has gathered for this particular set of games. And Vashad is also over here. And it's good to see that he is alive and still surrounded by ladies. He's definitely made it.
Does it look like he's losing body mass?
He's looking... perception check.
Exhaustion level 9.
Yeah, he's looking a little gaunt, but he sees you lock eyes with him and eyeball him, and he lifts his chin at you and gives you a big thumbs up.
A perv will roll his eyes.
But also over here, you will notice that a number of other people are also present, ready to watch these games. You see here, boop, boop, boop. As the whole group,
Oh no!
a clan of people in red, are here to watch. They're very excited to see it. And up on the main stand, you will see Beck,
Yo.
your grandfather, and the Terran lady, and the king, who is surrounded by some of his ladies. And as everyone...
Hey! Where's the king?
He's in the middle of it.
On the left.
Oh, good.
Yep. They are ready to watch this fine spectacle. And as you guys are there already on the field, this man will step up and begin being very excited about as he announces with a device that makes his voice boom across the entire field. And here we are today with our fine game of Common Ball. I hope you're all ready. Make some noise as everyone in the stadium is excited. Ah, yeah, woo.
Woohoo!
They're very excited. As he walks back and forth, he's super excited to show everybody and tell everyone about the great game that this is. He's kind of going on over some of the rules and explaining to everyone. He will point to this group, and he will say, in the right field we have Dang it. I know you guys' name. I lost my note. No! What's your team name again?
Pecora!
Yeah,
Skyheart!
Pecora, that's right.
Skyheart, Cora.
We have Team Pecora. As he will motion over, he's very excited. He definitely didn't forget the name of the team.
Bounce, 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 bounce.
Kogi definitely didn't go ding ding. Team Pecora! Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, come get in position.
Motion over to this side of the field, as he will say, and also we have the team representing Clan Ephir, as these people will step onto the field.
Oh,
And in amongst these giants on either side of the team, there's this little bitty one in the middle. Everyone make me a perception check real quick.
oh my goodness.
It's just the cutest little art.
Oh, it's you from the tunnels. Mhm.
That's a child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To most of you, it seems like a very small person. Bojo and Cup, please roll again, as the both of you would have advantage on this.
You.
Okay.
Yeah.
No one else seems to notice this, but Bojo and Cup, that there is a Gidon.
I look at Cap. Cap
look
looks
at Bojo.
me.
Your little tenderly
We're
spine
not-
twinge.
That,
We nod to each other.
that
We just
there,
silently nod.
that there is a Gidon attempting to disguise
Hey.
themselves as a common.
Very successfully given their roles.
Although
That's
everyone
very
else,
cute.
although everyone else is absolutely convinced that that is basically just a child. How brave of them to come to this very violent game. Bojo and Cup, you would see through that terrible wig anywhere. It is obvious.
Yeah.
There's not a thought behind.
Well, don't
those
they
eyes.
like feel with their antennae?
If
And
they,
so maybe they're
We have to be next to them.
Yeah,
like
so
we have to
okay.
physically touch them.
the purpose of their antenna and spines is to brush against things. It keeps them from getting eaten by trees. Basically, they react faster than tree snaps and things react. That's why they have
Like
them.
whiskers, right?
Yeah, like whiskers.
Yeah.
It's
They're
kind of like
whiskers.
how a cat knows that they can make their way between bars as long as their whiskers can make it through the bars, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yep. I would imagine that they're extremely sensitive, and it's like if you cut off a cat's whiskers, they freak out.
Oh yeah.
So if you cut off
Yeah,
a Gidon with
If you-
spines,
If
they are food.
So Gidon spines do break off occasionally. Just, in the heat of the action, they do break off occasionally. And when they do, they feel weird. Like when you step in a puddle with your sock and you've got a wet sock on one foot. You know how weird and off balance that feels? It's like that. Anyway, as the other team steps up to the plate and everyone is very excited to be here, we will wrap up and we'll pick up next week as the game begins.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Clappers.
Oh,
Sorry,
The
so it took a little
organization on
longer
our
this
teams,
time,
though,
but so
the way it's like evenly dispersed.
It's so good.
That's why we need you on the team, Beck.
Yeah. You gotta stand in the middle.
No,
You gotta stand in the
I think Akogi's looks good right there.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there we go.
Different teams have different formations, You don't have to do the same thing as them.
I mean, if I'm already at the edge, then it won't be so far to fall when I inevitably
Yeah.
get hit first.
Look,
and
these
get
are
knocked
the
out
original
first.
start. These are the official start positions, alright?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Big guys on the sides, little guys in the middle.
Very good. And with that, we'll stop the recording.